Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike Jewell of the Indie Run-On Podcast, here to give you a quick recommendation, not so much a review, because you really can't talk about this movie without getting into spoilers. Jordan Peele's Us, which stars Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke. It was entertaining. It was definitely entertaining. As a disclaimer, I liked Get Out when I saw it. I saw it in the movie theaters. Really enjoyed the experience. I had a fun movie-going experience, and I viewed that movie as a nightmare. There's some stuff that was like, man, a little bit fantastical, but it didn't impact my enjoyment watching the movie. And I looked at Us through that same prism when I was viewing it, and that's why I enjoyed the movie. And I think if you do so, you will as well. Again, Jordan Peele, awesome director. This guy can make someone reading a milk carton look so ominous and mysterious, and a lot going on, very layered. This is, part of the vulgarity, but this is a English lit professor's wet dream, this movie. Everything's deliberate. Every detail means something, even just to the weapons that they use, to the VHSs on the shelves, as you'll see in some scenes. T-shirt, everything kind of, if you really dig deep, adds up. And just to kind of give you, just for horror fans in general, this movie takes place in Santa Cruz. For those who've seen Lost Boys, this movie kind of came out the same, because they start off in 1986 is when they open up the film. So that's when I guess they were shooting Lost Boys then, because Lost Boys came out in 1987. But Santa Cruz was the setting for Santa Clara, the fictional setting of Lost Boys. And it took place on the boardwalk, and they're walking by like, hey, there's happened a movie there. I think they're looking for extras or something like that. Just to harken you back and to add and enrich something to the experience, as a movie goer, if you're a fan. That's the first thing when I was watching the movie. Person I was with, I was like, immediately when they said Santa Cruz there at the boardwalk, I was like, oh, Lost Boys. And then that line came out, and I was like, yeah, it just kind of puts you in a good mood. Again, Jordan Peele, awesome director. The movie looks beautiful. The setting, just the locations that they used, man, they made that. When you see it, it's almost, and that's why I was like, man, this feels like a dream or a nightmare. But I think I attribute that a lot to Jordan Peele's direction. And another thing that I liked about it too is that the trailer doesn't really give too much away. So, on the total opposite end of the spectrum, you're looking at Pet Sematary. If you see the new trailer for it, and if you've seen the original movie, it pretty much gives everything away. Every plot point, every twist, every tragic thing that happens in that movie, and even shows, very heavily alludes to the death of one of the characters, one of the main characters in the movie. It's just like, well, man, that was like one of the biggest bummers or impactful deaths in the original Pet Sematary. Why the heck are you going to show this on the damn trailer? Us does a very good job of masking all that and kind of just really serving as a hook with their trailer. But quick little synopsis of the movie. Accompanied by her husband, son, and daughter, Adelaide Wilson returns to the beachfront home where she grew up as a child. Haunted by a traumatic experience in the past, Adelaide grows increasingly concerned that something bad is going to happen. Her worst fears soon become a reality when four masked strangers descend upon the house, looking as themselves. So, very good movie. I enjoyed it. And I know some people, the people who didn't enjoy the films, or didn't enjoy this movie, they will have their reasons, but I think it's all about how you go into it, man. I think I went into it the right way, just kind of viewing it as a nightmare. Because, for God's sakes, just looking at the synopsis and the trailer, like, that is not exactly everyone's pointing out all these logistical holes and stuff. I'm just like, well, it's kind of letting you know, so your doppelganger family is coming to your vacation home to kill you. That doesn't really add up in and of itself, but it's still cool. It's still a freaky situation. It's a great hook. It's a great hook for a movie, and the performances are great. Obviously, the Lupita kicks ass in this movie. Winston Duke's awesome too. Everyone did a good job. Even the kids did a great job. But yeah, no, I recommend you go see it. I'm going to keep this real short and simple because I know Zach's going to want to dive into this once he looks at it. I don't know when the heck he's going to see it, probably sometime this week. But I wanted to get this out early, let you all know that you should see us. It's a weird movie, man. It's a weird movie, but it's entertaining, it's fun, and even if you come out not liking it or it's just one of those movies that kind of gets you. You're going to have stuff to talk about, and I think you'll be entertained. It's a funny thing to say, but I think you'll be entertained whether you like it or not. If that makes any sense. But go check it out. Let us know what you think. Again, follow us at The Indie Rundown on Twitter and Instagram. Like our Facebook page, The Indie Rundown Podcast. And go check us out on YouTube as well for more videos like this.
Be sure to follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at The Indie Rundown. And like our Facebook page, The Indie Rundown Podcast.